Hi, everybody, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm excited to be joined here with the fabulous Elisa Boots and Cynthia Weatherby, and we're going to be diving into all things oils, crystals, and all the goodness for the season of love. Because we got Valentine's Day, we've got the full moon, we've got Ambook, and all sorts of goodness going on this month. And I don't know about you ladies, but I definitely woke up to a snow on the ground. Snow on the ground. I mean, granted, 90% of it is melted at this point, but like, where did that come from? So, and as a happy birthday to our Oilers born in February, make sure to comment birthday and we'll follow up with you with a special rollerball gift as a birthday present from us as a thank you for being a valued part of our community. Before we dive into all the goodness, a little bit of housekeeping announcements. We have the promos this month is if you do a 200 PV order, you're going to get a free bottle of Digest Zen and Digest Zen soft gels. If you have not used that, it is amazing. Number one thing for your tum-tums, whether for you, your furry friends, or your two-legged kiddos. It is really fantastic. 15% off of Yarrow Palm. And ladies, I'm turning 40 this year. Do I look it? Well, I'm just saying. Just saying. Like, just went to see a doctor and like, you're turning what? How? And I'm like, oils. I've just been slapping oils on my face for the past decade, and I want to be a pretty princess. Like, and for those of you who know people who could benefit from these products, right now, if they enroll with 100 PV and then do 100 PV LRP in March, they will get 100 product credits on their account, which is pretty phenomenal. There's a lot they can get for that. And the obligatory, if you haven't done the Meta Power Challenge, or even if you joined the group, Totally Powered Up, which is now Revitalize Your Metabolism, because we're doing this for real. I would recommend you connect. We have a new community manager, Kat, who will actually make sure you get connected to the challenge. And even if you've already purchased the product or you're like, man, I'm not sure yet, I would recommend you do the challenge, right? It is 30 days of daily messages. We bring you to a site where we have videos, we have education, we have scientific resources cited at the bottom of the page. We have a lot of education on the basics of self-care, right? And self-care isn't just about like bubble baths and taking care of your feelings. It's, do you actually know how to take care of the human skin bag you're living in? Right? Do you know what to do with this bag of bones that you live in? Because most people don't know what are you supposed to eat? What are you supposed to drink? Like, what are the things to look for when taking care of the body you're living in? You get one of them, right? So let's actually look at that. So that's really great. So if you want to know more about that, comment MetaPower and we'll follow up. But the group is Revitalize Your Metabolism. I'm pretty excited because it's basically a full-on 30-day coaching program because we've worked with nutritionists and coaches to really make sure that this is a lot of value and you guys get it for free because I thought it was awesome and I want you all to have it. So without further ado, and if you do a 125 PV order before the 15th, you get a free bottle of fennel. So we are about 5 minutes in. So now we're going to dive into the good stuff now that we're done with announcements. So who would like to go? Miss Elisa, Miss Cynthia, who wants to dive in?
Go for it, Elisa.
So everybody, welcome to February. It's February 1st. Can you believe it? I can't believe this year is going as fast as it's going already.
It was November a second ago.
I know. So here we are. We're in February right now. lots of good things going on. We have, first and foremost, in February, we have a full moon coming up. Full moon in Leo on the 5th of February. And I think that's 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. You'd have to check your stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's Eastern time. Full moon, February 5th, 1:30. It's in the sign of Leo. I'll get into that in a minute.
1:30 p.m. So we're going to have full moon in the middle of the afternoon? Well, slap me and call me Susie. This is going to be an interesting month.
Yes, it will be. It will be. Whoa. Very, it's a short month, but a very active month. Like, this is going to fly by. We thought the January flew by. This is going to go boom. We have a holiday called Imbolc, which is a pagan holiday. It's kind of the very stirrings of spring, and that's on the 1st. That's actually today. Many people celebrate today. Celebrate tomorrow. So,
Imbolc. It snows.
That's right. Spring snow.
That's not any like foreshadowing for anything. Nope.
But that leads into Groundhog Day. So if Poxtatani Phil comes out and sees his shadow, y'all are getting more snow over there on the East Coast. But if he doesn't,
his shadow. That shadow hasn't been hiding in I don't know how long. It is 100% showing up this year.
That's right. So you better hope that he shows up because you don't want this snow at the end of February.
Thankfully, I just bought a brand new coat on sale. So I'm bring it, Mother Nature. No, not really. That's a joke. Please do not. I will.
Yeah, don't tempt Mother Nature.
That was a joke. That was a joke, ma'am.
We have birth signs. Aquarius. We're currently in the birth sign of Aquarius. I'm in Aquarius, and we are gonna transition into Pisces on February 19th. So we still have a good chunk of this month in Aquarius, and then we transition into Pisces on the 19th, and that's the sign of the fish, very deep emotional sign. Anybody born in the sign of Pisces, lots of emotions going on. And the stuff that we introduced today, the oils and the stones, that's going to help if your emotions are a little over the top. Getting back down. We're also going to get some aphrodisiac oils in there to get certain other emotions going, because it is February. And that leads into what? Valentine's Day, February 14th. Woo, woo. And so that's going to be the big one. And we're going to focus a lot of our discussion on those aphrodisiac oils. But in the meantime, just a real quick rundown of what the full moon means. It's in Leo, which is the sign of the lion. It's a very bold, bright, cosmic energy. So, this month is going to be like lots of real, like shining light properties, and you can tap into this full moon. If you're a leader, this is a time to lead by example. The sun, Leo is the sun. It's all on you right now for this full moon. It's also a great time to take action. If you've been kind of like on a New Year's hangover and January was like, I'm trying to get to the swing of thing. This is the time where you can start really making your plans and taking action on your plans, your resolutions. If you haven't abandoned them by now, this is a good time to renew and get that action going. It's all about fire and magic. And Cynthia will talk about more of those firestones in just a moment. But it's fire, magic, self-confidence, vitality. Fire is very cleansing. So the sun and the fire on the 5th, just remember the light is shining on you. This is your time. If you're going to take action, do it. And the oils for that are going to be frankincense, cypress, and geranium. So frankincense is, we've talked about this before, the all-around oil. It's a magical oil. It's an old oil. It's an oil to get everything right in your body. We were talking about self-care. This is a time. Start using frankincense. It's awesome. We also have cypress, which is refreshing and clean and bright. And
No.
What?
We have a frozen. Oh, wait. She's coming back. She's back. I think she's back.
Am I back?
No, we see you moving, but we no longer hear you.
Oh,
we hear you now.
Okay.
The internet blessed us with more bandwidth.
So, just to review, frankincense, cypress. Cypress is that bright, clean energy. Frankincense is an all-around tonic for your body and your brain. And finally, we have geranium. Geranium is that sweet, wonderful scent, very rose-like, and much easier to use than rose. Rose is a little expensive, but geranium is a wonderful oil to bring happiness. And that
also
leads.
Rose Touch, by the way.
It's also
that
what?
is Rose Touch.
Yes.
So that one is not too bad on the wallet, and honestly, like, I love using it because, again, I'm a pretty princess.
And yeah, so Rose Touch is great because as far as our aphrodisiac oils for the month, I have a list here, and rose is one of them. So, you can either use geranium or Rose Touch if you don't have rose. We also have yummy oils like ylang ylang, patchouli, always good for getting that aphrodisiac energy going. Sandalwood.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, yeah.
Yeah. Sandalwood, cinnamon, which is that fire energy again, right? Fire, jasmine, that wonderful sweet scent of jasmine, and neroli. Neroli is awesome too because neroli is a great oil to kind of blend in and tie all that. It also has very sensual qualities. So we are just all about this month love, fire, strength, and all the oils that I mentioned there are for Groundhog Day. If you don't want a repeat of what you've been doing, what's that version of insanity? You do the same thing over and over again and get the same result. Okay, if you want to get through Groundhog Day this year and do something different, hit some of these oils, ladies and gents. Hit these oils. Get that energy flowing so you're not having to do the repeat of over and over again. So I think that's kind of my basic summary. I was going to hand it over now to Cynthia and talk about some crystals that go along with these oils.
Oh, we lost Cynthia, but I personally, jasmine and neroli, oh, she's back, are two that I use in combination a lot. That is one of my favorites. One of my best friends loves jasmine and sandalwood. I'm kind of curious to try like a jasmine, neroli, sandalwood, cinnamon situation.
Yummy, yummy.
I've even heard of folks making their own spicy sauce for the boudoir with diluted cinnamon. I'm like, all right, good for you. Go for you. I'm a little vanilla old lady over here. I'm more into like making sure that, because and I see a lot of talk about this, right? Like oils for the bedroom, right? And let's be clear, like, yes, you can absolutely use oils in your personal lubricants, right? Making sure you use appropriate dilution. But the first step I would say when you're talking about oils for intimacy and is that the biggest problem for intimacy is more about your emotional state and your headspace, right? Not only am I female, but I've got the spicy brain. All right. And if you guys didn't know the ADHD spicy time problems, oh yeah. Like you're like, I'm in the mood. We're gonna do this. Oh, and here's a list of 1,000 things that you didn't get done. And you're like, well, okay. Yep, beige. I'll paint the ceiling beige. If you guys don't get that reference, that's okay. But like, you can be in the moment having a good time, and then an intrusive thought comes in, and you're like, oh, never mind. Guess we're not going to go there. So being able to be proactive about making sure you stay in that that you're in a good headspace, that you're in the mood. I even went as far, I don't know if you've ever heard of binaural beats. It is listening to different frequencies that can help you do different things. Like there's one I listen to during the day that helps you get into a flow state. So it helps you with like stress and anxiety. And there's also binaural beats to help with increasing the libido. Little does hubby know the new bedtime noise and alarm clock noise is to help spice up the boudoir. But it's binaural beats is a great auditory influencer. So you take a little bit of that. You're strategic with the oils you put in the diffuser. You can make your own personal blend, right?
Yep.
Because a lot of this, there's so many things around intimacy, right? It is dealing with the stress and anxiety of life. It's working through your own self-love, right? And I know a lot of people struggle with self-love issues, right? It's not just that you like yourself, that you know you're worthy, but do you love yourself, right? And I know a lot of people struggle with that. So being strategic with your personal blends you make for yourself can be really impactful. And again, like lean into that emotions book, right? There's so much you can do in there. And, when we're talking about oils for intimacy, it's about you and how you feel about you and life. Because if you're not okay with all of that, then, I don't know the last time you felt extremely stressed out and frustrated and felt like having sexy time. That's the last thing on my mind when I'm feeling stressed. So
Well, these
anyhow,
oils, yeah, these oils will contribute to creating that aphrodisiac energy. Also, for the full moon, the strength energy too, the shining light. But now I want Cynthia to talk about some of the crystals that go along with these energies, because I think what she has to say will be very impactful for Valentine's Day and beyond.
yeah. So Cynthia, how are we powering these up with some crystals?
Well, there's a lot of crystals that can support that sexual energy. Aren't known. There's a whole myriad of crystals that you can use.
Well, Cynthia's in a new home that is under construction right now. So give her a second and she'll be reconnecting. But I know garnet is a stone that you can use to increase that spice of time energy, right? So, and she's back already. Wunderbar. So,
Try that. Sorry.
if you guys didn't know, you can get like those little stone chips and actually put those into your oil blends to infuse the crystal's energy into the oils to level it up or amp it up. So Cynthia, besides tell us more about garnet. You were saying it increases the energy.
Garnet is one of many crystals that can be used to support the libido. And if you want to know more about combining the chips and the oils, feel free to put a comment below and get in touch with me or write to me.
Comment crystals, and Cynthia will follow up with you more info.
Right, or Cynthia at ewbms.com. Either one, all good. Anyway, the one I wanted to focus on today, and I apologize if the internet connection is a problem, is rhodonite, which is a little bit lesser known stone. It's a beautiful pink with gray and black veining going through it. Very interesting stone. It fits in really well with what we're talking about because the elements for rhodonite are that fire and earth. That really strong fire that supports all that. It's known as the stone of love. It has an ability to clear and reactivate your, recharge your heart, open it up. It promotes also, that's all kinds of love, but it specifically promotes self-love and self-value, which, again, as Colleen brought up, is something that's very, very critical to a lot of us. It reduces anxiety and brings us energy. So it's it's amazing stone for this time of year. I would like to my mantra. One of the mantras that I like to use with rhodonite is I am living the life I was meant to live.
I love that.
Thank you. You can hold that during meditation. You can use that as a mantra. Put your mantra in your mirror or someplace that you look frequently, and focus on that for a few days. We've talked about the oils of love: rose, geranium, marjoram is another one. Self-acceptance. Bergamot is my favorite for self-acceptance, but patchouli and jasmine are also good. If you want to, a rhodonite has a little bit of a intuitive edge to it too, and if you want to work on that, then clary sage is my number one. But Litsea and blue tansy are also good for that. So that's a little bit on that. Great.
What's the first oil? Was that patchouli or something? Litsea and blue tansy are good for
intuition.
Intuition. What was the
first one was clary sage.
Clary sage.
Yeah, and again, I've got a PDF on this. It's a full color that goes into the goddesses and a lot of the yoga poses, things like that you can use with this stone. So again, hashtag crystal, and let me know that you'd like the PDF.
We can drop a link to grab it in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll sort it out.
Hey, Cynthia, what about amethyst?
Amethyst is a it's more of a calming stone. You're talking about those emotions that are going to be roiling up this month, maybe a little bit more later in the month. And amethyst is a great one for that. It's a crystal of spirituality and contentment. It's known for soothing the mind and emotions. It also, at the same time, it enhances your creativity and your cognitive perception, as well as your development of intuition. So, this is a big intuitive season here. Amethyst can help give you wisdom and greater understanding. It comforts you in grief if that's something that you're dealing with. So, mantra, couple of them for that one. The first, as I release my limiting beliefs, I discover pure intuitive calm. So if that is, your intuition, your psychic ability is something you're working on, then that might be a good one. But for more general purposes of calming, I am purified, uplifted, and protected through my divine connection with the divine. Some oils that you can use for intuition. We've talked about clary sage before when we were talking about rhodonite. Frankincense is a great one for wisdom, all kinds of self-wisdom, self-knowledge. And then, of course, calming, lavender. Top of the list for calming is that great well-known oil, lavender. Creativity, you're going to want to go to wild orange. There's nothing that beats wild orange for, for you. Spontaneity and creativity. So that's a wrap up on my 2 crystals for the month. Back to you, Elisa.
So let me know in the comments, what are your favorite way to use some of these oils and crystals that we've been talking about, right? We'd love to hear from you guys how you're using them and what are your intentions for the month, right? We want to cheer you on and help you achieve your goal, right? So comment with what's your intention for the month. Right. And maybe we can help you turn your intention into a mantra to help guide you to achieving your goals. Because that's what we're here about here in the Totally Essential community, right? We are here to, that's why we're focused on this big stream each month, is we want to help you set your intentions. We know that seeing a long video every week is exhausting. So we wanted to focus on giving a really value-rich video in the beginning of the month. Then I'll be supplementing it with little tips and bits in reels. But really, what are your intentions for the month? Let us know in the comments. We want to cheer you on. We want to help you, connect you with resources and tools that can help you accomplish your goals. Because that's really, I'm a number one is strength is activator. So, Elisa, what would you like to add? Sorry, I'm on a tangent. This is what happens. This is like a round table at this point. Everyone get a cup of coffee.
Well, like I said, February is a very short month, right? A lot is going on in February. So all the oils we mentioned, whether you're a Pisces and you're feeling maybe very emotional this month as you come into your sun sign, your birthday, the calming oils that Cynthia mentioned are great to use to kind of get that rebalance again. Also, the full moon, to use those oils for the full moon, frankincense, cypress, and geranium, to really take advantage of this full moon energy that's coming up, the shining Leo energy. And then also Valentine's Day, so again, with all these oils that we've talked about and the aphrodisiac oils, the ylang ylang, patchouli, rose, sandalwood, cinnamon, jasmine, and neroli, those can be used, in conjunction with the crystals we've talked about. Again, we're always talking about use your own intuition, right? There's no right and wrong. The sky is not going to open up and a lightning bolt hit you just because you use an oil that wasn't mentioned this month, right? I mean, so it's all about what guides you. We're just giving you suggestions to get started and different ways to use your oils in a more esoteric way. We can all use these oils, essential oils, to clean, to prep, to diffuse. But these are kind of a deeper way of using them, and not only will they affect your limbic system, but they also deeply affect you on an emotional level, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we present so many oils. It's all about what works with you, and using the stones is just another way to combine and amplify energies. So I feel like, don't get overwhelmed by listening to all these oils, because any one of them would work. If you had to just choose one of them, it will work for everything. It's about your intention, it's about your intuition. So we just wanted to make sure that we had all our bases covered with crystals and emotional oils, aphrodisiac oils, strength oils, and now you've got a full spectrum.
And no matter what your spiritual path is, or even if you're just like, give me the science is meditation, folks, right?
Yeah.
Take some time, meditate. There's science on the brains and how it affects you. So then take meditation as your spiritual practice, right? Because
Yes.
it's really a key factor in maintaining your mental health. And it's just taking that time to, whether it's doing breath work, whether it's listening to sounds, whatever it is, it's about maintaining yourself. I mean, we've all lived through some crazy stuff, right? We all have. Everyone has trauma, and it's our responsibility as a human being to be proactive and take steps to heal from that trauma so that you can live the life that you want, right? Every single one of you who has joined our community has come here because you want to increase your quality of life in some way. So that's why we focus on this in the beginning of the month. What is your intention? Right? We're not asking for a hardcore, like, what's your time block? What's your workout plan? What's your nutrition plan? We simply want to focus on what is your intention for the month. Your action steps and everything are the next step, but what's your intention? Because no matter how insane your life is, if you pick your intention, pick a mantra and an oil, and you just breathe it in, say your mantra, right? That's going to help with your brain changing the way you think and start getting different synapses going and connecting different neural pathways, which will help change the way you think, which will fundamentally change the way that you approach making change in your life. Right?
Yes.
So instead of us, firing you on like, we're going to do this 21-day healthy habit, we're going to do this cleanse. We've tried that and we've seen how it didn't jive with a lot of y'all. A lot of you were like, holy moly, that is a lot of work. So we want to start with the foundation. Let's get those neural pathways rewired and get your mindset in a way that you can see the change. And this way, you may be able to see change happening in different ways than what you expected. You may be like finding yourself taking that extra step somewhere else, right? It's going to impact an overarching impact on your life than just we're going to have a hardcore 21-day fix, right? We want to make sure we change make sure you have a solid foundation to move forward. Welcome to my TED Talk. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, I meant. Anywho, we've been chatting with y'all for a while. We love you guys. We love you gals and everyone here. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. We'll be sending an email out with a replay and really be focusing in on everything that we talked about this month. So we love y'all, and we'll see you next month.